All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Keystroke Cup. Today we have WRG against Murloc Stole My Bike, and we just started the drafting, but there's already quite a lot of bans. And Jared, you see what I see? There's an Alchemist.
that first pick, Alk, man. Flexing hard, eh? Because like it can be played in so many positions now, right? It can be played as 1, 2, and even 3. We've seen OG do it as a 3 as well.
I prefer it.
They tried
as
it 4 yesterday. It didn't go too well for them.
The thing about picking Alchemist as a pause 4 is that he doesn't really contribute much as like a Lina or like a Nyx. But if you play him as a pause 3, it's very important that you have to win the lane. If you get stomped in lane, you just fall off the hill, like in timing, like you cannot get it. Like the only games I've seen where Alchemist wins is that when Secret played it, they actually won the lane with the Alchemist. That's like the only time you can actually make it viable.
Yeah, because if he gets bullied out of the lane, right, where does he go? He goes into the jungle, and then he just gets run at, and his game's done. And all of a sudden, you've got three of your teammates basically trying to protect your stacks, and you just lose all your map pressure. So it's pretty rough if you don't get that good start, as you mentioned.
Well, talking about getting lane dumpstered, I think that's a Wyvern pause 3, no, pause 5, and then Abaddon pause 4 maybe? I don't know, it could be whatever, but I'm pretty sure that Wyvern should be in the same lane as the Alchemist, because the Arctic Burn is really good against the Alchemist strength hero.
Very strong, right? But let's talk about some of the bans right now. So I do see that, on the side of WRG at least, they're banning these heroes that are quite strong against the Alchemist in lane. The likes of Undying, really, really good against the Alch. You got your Underlord. Underlord pressures him just too much, right? Pressures him off his wave, basically, so you can't really get those last hits. And then Sand King loves going up against an Alch. So it looks like they're trying to protect that Alchemist pick. Whereas on the side of Murloc Stole My Bike, it looks like they're just taking out those strong meta heroes, right? Like the likes of OD. We've seen a lot of Morph coming out lately. And then on the Oracle side, I mean, Oracle's is always strong. You really don't.
I'm worried about Murloc is that they didn't ban the Monkey King, and as we all know, like MD plays a really good Monkey King. So
and as you mentioned, there you go.
I'm surprised they didn't ban Monkey King, because Monkey King is like the hero to give the axe to, because you hit the Maelstrom timing at 12 minutes. And then you get the axe at 14 minutes, and you can do Roche, you can push towers, you can do everything. So I'm surprised they banned PL or Morphling when they already saw the Alchemist. And so that's just purely based on drop, but just knowing the players on WRG, like MD Monkey King, like you have to ban it.
Well, look, I mean, they have got the Winter pickup, right? When the Winter's quite strong against the Monkey. I mean, if he's about to pop his ulti, you can use Winter's Curse to cancel that, during the animation. And also, I mean, Wyvern just is essentially good against the Monkey in terms of being able to protect an ally or physical damage, So maybe they weren't too scared of it. Maybe they've got an idea to counter that,
Maybe that also does make sense, because they did allow the Monkey King through, but the Puck pickup. The Puck is like one of, like, if you just look at the previous DPs, like if you just look at this tournament that's going on, Puck, Nyx, and like Void Spirit are like the most picked heroes in the tournament. Like Puck especially, like you see this little dragon like everywhere.
Right.
Like as a pause 5, you don't even need to do too much in lane. It's just about the the Puck Dream Core, right?
Yeah. A Dream Core is so strong. And I mean, the hero itself is just a strong hero all around. Its kit is just great in pretty much any position you put him in. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you can play Puck in literally 1, 2, 5 at this point.
I mean, you can rotate it between almost anything. Like Puppy plays it pause 5. Like Puppy's a great player. He can like mechanically juke them with like the orb and everything. You can play it as pause 3 just because you can get the early Yules or early Agon. But the draft is lacking. I don't know if that's an Abaddon pause 3, but if there is a pause 3, they need more. I don't know. I'm just a bit scared with how hard the timing's gonna hit for WRG with the Monkey King Axe. Yeah. I don't think Murloc need to pick something that can actually stop the push, like an Underlord that can stop the push and then contest Roshan. I mean,
but heroes, as you see, WRG have actually banned these heroes, as I mentioned before, like the likes of Underlord. That they're kind of just banning all these heroes that can just set their game up, from the start. I mean, they've also just banned out the Ursa, and Alchemist hates going up against Ursa as well. So all these heroes banned. Like it's literally just like it looks like they flexed this Alchemist pick at first, and now they're just protecting with all these different picks, bans at least, so they can't counter them.
the Slug is still in the pool to go against the Alchemist itself and the Lion actually. But I don't
Yeah.
know how well he fares against the Monkey when he has the Maelstrom and the Eggs.
That's the thing. He can man fight, right, Miles? But it's very difficult to man fight against the likes of the Lion and the Lich on top of that.
The thing about Slock is that he's just not. He's not really up with the meta, like, because what the meta right now, it's not that you go Battle Fury and then it's like when Ricky bought Battle Fury and Ags, ever since the nerfs and ever since the recent patches, that gameplay is way too slow. You need faster gameplay, which is why you go for the Alchemist and you give the Axe to the Monkey, or you go for the Alchemist and you give it to the Void. We need like these, it's like really fast paced, because the faster you take pace of the game, the easier you can take towers and then you can control the map. So like,
the more map control you have.
the Slug is like way too slow of a carry here. Like he doesn't offer too much kill potential. He doesn't offer Groshan tower push. He's just way too slow to be picked.
100%.
Beastmaster, I like that pick.
Beastmaster, one of my favorites, right? But he's also been nerfed a bit now in the laning stage at least. He doesn't have as much kill potential since his boars have lower movement speed now than they used to. So on max it's the same. But pretty hard to get into position with them at this point, right? You have to put them into a position where they can actually be targeted and killed, which makes it a bit harder to lane with them.
I mean, the thing is that if you look at the supports on WRG, if you look at Lion and you look at Lich, all it takes is two right clicks from each of one of these supports, and then one Earth Spike or one Frost Blast, and then the ball's dead.
Exactly.
So it's really hard, like, because WRG picked really strong support. They're probably going to put the Lich. I think they might put the Lich with the Alchemist, because Lich is a stronger laner and can help, because Lich dominates the lane harder than a Lion. But Lich Monkey King lane is also just cancer. But I think
because it's almost like a triple slow, right? Because we'll definitely see the Orb of Venom coming out of the MK. So having these three slows, it's really, really strong. But at the same time, even if he has Lion, you've got the stun into the Hex, into the slow from Mana Drain as well. So either or, right? The Lich does offer some more defensive capability at least, but yeah, I definitely think the Lich should be on the laned with the Alchemist, because as we mentioned, they want that lane to go well. Ricky pickup.
I know. If he doesn't, I think he has to go for the diffuser, right? Like he's gonna be like if they play the Ricky Battle Free Axe Bolt, well, now he has to go Battle Free, because who deals with the Naga? Like instant pickup from WD. Like the thing about Ricky pick is that you have to pick something that suits your lineup. So what your lineup needs right now is damage, and also needs a carry that can go along with the Monkey King Axe. But then you also need to deal with the last pick. So Ricky does well with his team comp, and he does well against the Monkey King. But what do you do against the Naga? If you go bad for your Ags, your team's just gonna get rolled over. But if you don't go that, what are you gonna do about the Naga?
Yeah, and there's nothing to really deal with the Naga on the side of Murloc, right? If I'm looking here, the only hero that can actually deal with him would be the Ricky, unless the Beastmaster gets off a decent roar before she can do anything, right? But even then, such a lot of armor on the side of Naga, and not much magic damage coming from Murloc. So it's a bit rough, right? It's a bit rough in terms of how they deal with that Naga.
I mean, ideally, what would you have picked? Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like.
I like the Ricky pickup. I really do. I feel it does work well against the likes of the Alk, against the MK as well. Even those two supports, you can jump on the back and just destroy the backline. But then you just got the Naga running in and just resetting the entire team fight. Quite difficult to actually say what would have been the best pick up against that. But all in all, as I said, I'm excited to see how this game goes and how the lanes fare. And I hope that Murloc do put pressure on as much as they can, especially in the early to mid game. Because if they don't, they're gonna have a bit of a hard time.
I mean, hopefully Murloc steals our expectation, because I'm voting for WRG like 100%. Like their draft, their like supports, how they like match up with the carries, and obviously the last pick RDK Naga to just counter everything. I think it's just like they just got Murloc pinned down, but hopefully they can pull something out of the bag. They have to win the lane against the Alchemist. If they don't win the lane,
that's it.
The game's instantly done. Like there's literally nothing they can do.
That's what I was going to mention to you. I'll at least ask you. The thing is they kind of have to decide which lanes do they want to win here, and they need to focus on said lanes, right? And from the get-go, the thing is you're not really going to stop this Naga from farming. Even if you push out of the lane, she's going to go jungle. And if you focus that lane, you've got an Alchemist that's going to just get an early Ags, give it to the monkey, and you're going to have trouble. So I think they need to pick what lane they want to win, focus on that lane. And as you mentioned, the Alk is that easy target, right? So destroy the Alk, put them on the back foot, then you will have basically 2 heroes farming, right? So you'll have the Naga will want to farm, and then the Alk needs to farm, and then that's when you take map control.
That will be a kind of a disaster. So I think they need a double down, because the wise choice would be to send the Beastmaster to another and the Wyvern to another lane. But if they double down on the slows just to put the Wyvern and the Beastmaster in the same lane against the Alchemist, I think that's their only way to go, because they need a hard stomp on it, because mid lane, I don't know, Psycho Damage is a good player, but MD Monkey King is something else. Like, he's wrecked. Castaway, Adderstam, like, almost anyone that's come mid, they've lost mid to MD, a Monkey King.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, this mid matchup is going to be really interesting, because it is Puck against Monkey King.
Puck fares pretty well against the MK, right? Unless he gets those 4 stacks off and then he just dies from the Jingu stun. But if he just positions well, I think that the Puck is going to do all right at least.
So what Psycho Diver needs to do in the mid lane, especially because MD is a really aggressive player, is that, so let's say the wave is in the middle, right? And then there's still the 2 range wave. So if the Monkey just positions himself really aggressively, he can kind of zone out the Puck. So what the Psycho Diver needs to do in return is that he needs to right-click him, the Monkey King, as much as possible. Like, as soon as MD like oversteps like aggressively, the Psycho Diver needs to just right-click him, or else he's just going to get completely zoned out of the lane.
Yeah. So I don't know if you saw that, Miles, but the the little joke coming out from Petunia there, asking if anyone knows the Beastmaster. But looks like he has a power cut, so we are paused. Let's hope that he sorts that out soon, because this wouldn't be too fun, right? Having the first game of the tournament not being able to be played.
No, I wouldn't really. We need to set a high expectation, and if this guy like gets load shedding, or he's like a wife just doesn't want him to play anymore, it's gonna be really bad for the tournament.
Yeah, especially on the game one. But they did mention that he will be back soon. So RDK is saying that they will wait. You know, this guy's being very nice, very quarterly at least.
Well, for now. All it takes is just like one misplay from the enemy for any side, and you get the tips out.
I'm definitely waiting for that. Right? I mean, these aren't these are top-notch players. I'm pretty sure that that they all kind of know each other. So there's definitely going to be some sort of banter going on here, and I'm keen to see that.
I mean, the mental game is almost as important as the actual game, right? Like OG taught us, like if you can make the enemy just not be able to think clear, like Kuroki has like a plan A, B, C, D, but if no sales says, okay, we'll completely disrupt his B plan, and he's gonna do this, it just completely messes up the mindsets of each of the players, and they can't think clearly. Like, you go into the game with a clear plan, you want to shut down the Alchemist, but as soon as the Alchemist starts getting like first blood, triple kill, like killing spree in the lane, like the mentality just goes off the cliff. Like,
and then the tips start coming out, and it's just the mind game starts like just dwindling.
I don't know. Those are such a hard game.
That's why we're PMA is always number one, right? I mean, if you don't have the PMA, like you just get on the back foot. I mean, how many times have we played, Miles, where times have gotten a bit rough, and then you just like get us all to shut the hell up, and you start telling us what to do, and boom, game plan comes in. But the PMA has to be there.
I mean, that's a good captain right there. With the players, who do we start for? I'm a bit biased to MD because he's my boy.
Yeah. It seems like you've been in love with MD. Was he your Valentine? Because I mean, it wasn't too far ago.
MD, he's I talked to him back in the days, and now it's great to see my mentee just grow up to be like the best mid laner in SA. I'm proud.
All right, I see. But yeah, let's talk about some of the players, I guess. I mean, you've got the one and only RDK. I mean, who doesn't know RDK, right? He's the biggest Facebook troll. You see him on Dota 2 South Africa all the time trolling, right? Like, even in serious things, he'll just pop up in there, I don't know where, with a casual meme, casual joke,
Fell off quite a bit in like the past few years. But now he's I've been watching like some of his games, and I've been like talking with people, and he's like really improved. Like, his gameplay and his like decision making is like really top notch right now.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I haven't seen him in quite a while myself. I mean, as far as I know, he's as you said, he just kind of fell off. But yeah, RDK and Repo, definitely two of the top, the better players at least in the SA scene. MD, I think we've spoken enough about him at this point. But then we jump on to Mr. Harry the Hams, right? I mean, who doesn't know Harry at this point as well?
I mean, I would rate Harry to be like top 3 pos 4s easily.
He is an amazing player. He really, really is, and he's just a fun player to play with as well, right? I don't know if you've played with him before, but just a top-notch guy. Funny, always having a good time.
He's a bit toxic, not gonna lie.
He can be, but I mean, who can't? Who can't? You know?
Yeah, of course.
But then on the side of Murloc, at least, I mean, these are my boys. These are actually some of my mates. You got Imba Noob on the Abaddon. Awesome guy. I've played with these guys many times. You got C and me. We have a very toxic, friendly relationship. You know.
Is it friendly, or just from your perspective, or does he hate you? Like,
no. We like I think we mates at least. You know, from my side, like I think.
All right. I don't know too much about the Murloc storm. I played with Psycho Damage, and I played against CBT. Like CBT is like a really aggressive play. He goes like basher.
He loves fighting. He wants to run at you. That's all he wants to do. It's like, dude, go farm. But no, he's running at you. Like, so that's the thing, right? Like we were mentioning earlier, look, C is one of those players. He has two player styles, right? He's either going to sit back and farm. Like he's going to farm for 40 minutes and he's going to come out of the jungle like with an AM that's 6 slots and you're going to go, what the hell's happened? Like where did he get this? Or he's going to just run at you. He's going to die 5 times, but he's going to make something happen, you know? He's only got 2 gears. He's got gear 1 and gear 5. Like those are the only 2. Yeah.
It's really vital that he, with his past 5, coordinate together just to stomp the lane. Like you can't just win the lane. You need to stomp an Alchemist lane. So instead of the Alchemist getting 13 minutes to a 14-minute bout, like Ags, if you can shut down the Alchemist properly in lane, like the pros do, like the Alchemist gets his Ags at like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So like it's like a massive difference between losing the lane and winning the lane as the Alchemist. Like if you lose the lane as a Naga, you can just go jungle. You can still get like a 40-minute to 15-minute diffusal. But Alchemist, he's like if he loses the lane, he gets 20-minute Ags. If he wins the lane, he gets 12-minute Ags. It's just that simple. So they really put an emphasis on setting up this Alchemist.
Well, if we're looking at the start of the game, it looks like they are bringing 3 heroes to the top on the side of WRG. They will get scouted out by the ball from the Beastmaster. And as we can see, we did mention this. They would probably send the Beastmaster up top. So yeah, it looks like they have a clear idea. WRG doesn't look like they're actually going to get anything out of this. They have warded there so that they could maybe get an early first blood.
Oh no, the early ball, yikes.
Yeah. But again, was scouted.
37 gold to the Alchemist.
Yeah, and then on the side of an RDK, you're just making some trouble. Yeah. All right, so double stun from the Lion, getting both of them, and Chuck's getting pretty low. Chuck's looks like he will probably fall you. So yeah, first blood going to the Alchemist. We just kind of spoke about that as well, right? Getting this Alchemist, that first blood.
I mean, that's just a great setup from WRG, right? Because they like the plan for Murloc is that they want to send like these aggressive heroes like Abaddon with the passive. Oh, is he gonna get double kill?
It looks like the Imba Noobs was getting caught, and they're gonna leave it for Petunia. Yeah, so Alchemist getting a double kill there. You know, I'm not sure what they were thinking on the side of Murloc there. After getting scouted by that ball, you know, they could see there was 3 heroes there. So that was quite a dangerous play. But
I think they just got off play because the plan for Murloc was that they send Abaddon with his passive, and they send Beastman with the balls just to like do some early harass and get the rune. But WRG knew the Murloc's plan, and they sent another support top lane, and now Alchemist has double kill, and they already got his urn, which is
Urn's already on the way there now, and now he's kind of just got a free lane, right? Like he's level 2. He's already zoning out the Beastmaster there. Yeah, it's looking quite rough up top there. And if we go into mid though, as you mentioned, MD already pretty much destroying the puck, almost got him to kill. Almost got a kill out of that, to be honest with you. But yeah, looking straight back at top though, because this is the one I kind of want to focus on. This Alk almost having his bottle up already, and it's not even 2 minutes in. So
that early earn is so nice, just because of like the pure stats. It's like the 2 attributes is nice, but it's the mana regen that's like so good. Because how can these guys go on you, especially these 2 melee heroes, if you just throw down a level 2 acid spray? Oh, but they're running him down.
Yeah, so I'm actually That was really nice play from the Abbot. He should be trying to zone as much as he can, but it's hard for him now that he's still level 1, right? But yeah,
when they pick like these kind of supports against the pulse 5 supports of WLG, like the Lion, the Lich, like these heroes, they just spam their spells, and the more you trade with them, the more you lose the trade because they just do so much magical damage.
and this is the thing, right? And you've also got the Lion just soaking up all your mana as well, which kind of stops you from being aggressive on them at all. But jumping back mid, MD kind of just zoning this puck out completely at this point. I'm actually trying to jump onto the last sets and denies right now. So they level on terms of last sets and denies at this point, right? But puck just getting zoned out really, really hard.
But if you look at the item progression, like cycle damage he's either saving for the bottle or he's buying something else. But MD, he's already progressing with the phase boot. So like one side is buying regen to deal with the harass, and the other lane is capitalizing on getting the free CS. So
that's it. But sorry, jumping back top, it looks like they have gone aggressively, but the Beastmaster is in a bad spot. It looks like he might drop. He does get healed up though by the Abba with the miscall, so he actually might get out one more right click at least. But yeah, it looks like he'll just run it off. I think Harry was trying to leave that for the Elk again, but because of that, wasn't able to get it. But looks like Lion getting pretty low right now. Does he get out? It looks like he might just walk this off as well. But the courier going down. The courier's
MD just got a kill on the puck.
I didn't even actually notice it while I was happening.
The tower with boot at 3 minutes.
Yikes! But this is the thing, right? Like you're getting this gold, right? You need to utilize it in the laning stage. Like why get gold if you can utilize it?
No.
And yeah, I'm just missing all of these by the looks of it. But yeah, the CVs are going down, unfortunately. Repo pretty low.
Let's just take back a step from mid lane. So just talk about this bot lane because
yeah, we actually haven't jumped yet, have
we? I'm surprised. I don't know because they have to send the Beastmaster top against the Alchemist, but I also think that Ricky's not going to get anything against the Naga, especially because Ricky doesn't have any abilities to deal. Like Wyvern and Ricky do not have anything to deal with. Oh, look at the MD. Look at this GG.
Yeah, MD he's just going ham at this point, just running them down. So 2 heroes getting forced mid, right? So this is the power of a mid, right? He's causing so many rotations now. Now what happens in the other lanes? I mean, now you got this Beastmaster who can't really solo.
I mean, MD, like I think that play mid just won them the game because right now the Ricky, who's already unfavorable against the Naga, has to 1v1 against the Naga, which is she's gonna lose 100%. And now the Beastmaster is gonna have to deal with the Lion and the Alchemist. So that MD play, I think, just made up the entire
Ricky
game.
getting gone on now bot again. He's only level 3, but he is getting gone pretty hard. He does jump out, but he's lost a lot, and he's spending a lot of gold now on regen in that bot lane. And now on the side of WRG, right, they know that the 2 supports do not have a TP, so they could decide to go aggressive now.
Oh,
so it looks like Reaper getting jumped on here when he did go for the bounty. He is getting pretty low. It looks like he's probably going to drop, but Ricky also very, very low. He didn't use his salve in the last
engage. He does have a magic one though, so he's kind of feeling.
So he does manage to take down Reaper, but very, very low. He should be using his salve. Okay, so salve is committed now.
But if you just look at the CS shot, like RDK,
so RDK looks like he probably might get this Wyvern, and one last hit, and there we go. Wyvern does drop. Yeah, so it's very difficult for this lane bot, right? Like this Ricky and the Wyvern, they don't really do much to Naga, like you mentioned. And what's this, 11 CS difference at this point?
I mean, it's such a disaster for Murloc Soul Man because they had to win the Alchemist lane, but what was worse was that they gave First Blood and Alchemist got a double kill, and now they're losing the lane. And then mid lane, which was supposed to go kind of even, but MD just forced 2 rotations from both supports, and he still lived, and he's still winning mid, which is the bottom lane is just...
And he just got away. And now, obviously, as you mentioned, yeah, bot's not doing too well. And this is the thing now, the Ricky is literally getting zoned out completely. The only way he's getting last hits, from what I can see here, is he's actually using his Blink Strike to try to get one.
I think there's nothing else he can do, because I actually would have preferred if they sent the Ricky top lane with the Wyvern, so that the Wyvern can zone out the Lion. So the Ricky and the Wyvern can zone out the Ricky and the Wyvern can zone out the Lion with the help, because Alchemist can't really contribute. It's not like a Mars Spear or like a God's Rebuke. It can't really help, right? But the main problem is that they don't these two, like especially with the Abaddon Pulse, they do not deal well with the acid spray, and they do not deal with the line. Like Ricky has a lot of armor, he can kind of sustain through the right of the line, and he can sustain through the acid spray. But they sent the Ricky down into a Naga, which is kind of a disaster. And this Beastmaster this Abaddon isn't really doing much top. So
agreed. So yeah, I'm looking at now top like the Alk's already got his Ogre Axe up. He's gonna have a very, very early Axe at this stage.
I think that is so quick.
Yeah, if we're looking bot again, bot's still not looking too good, right? We've got Ricky at level 4 here. They do decide to go into the Wyvern. Wyvern just getting run down right now, and this is the strength of a Lich pos 5, right? Like he's just got these so many slows. And you've got on the side of the Naga as well, you've got the Ensnar as well, which it just means that you're just going to die, dude. And right now, Ricky just kind of falling off. I mean, he's almost 3 levels lower now than RDK. Looking mid as well. MD going on to the puck again. And it looks like he's just going to run at him, right? He does with the coil, though. Looks like MD might have made a mistake here, but
I think he's building, actually. But Psycho Diamond does have his orb up in a few seconds. He has it now? Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, MD doing really well with forcing these rotations mid though, right? Like he doesn't have to, he doesn't even have to kill the puck. He really doesn't have to kill it. He just needs, this is all he needs to do. He just needs to force those rotations.
The slang, I mean, this is what I expected, right? Like WRG, like top 3 in the DGL, like leaderboard, especially with the MD pickup. Like this is what I expected from this game, right? But I didn't expect this hard of a difference in like skill gap between like lanes, especially.
And now the Alchemist now just jumping into the triangle side. We also saw you know, OG do this. So now the Lion's getting solo XP. He's not pressured in that top lane either. And now Al can kind of just sit back, farm up this Ags, which again he's not.
Lion at level 6. He can kill this Beast Boss right now. Actually,
this is it. So it looks like the Alch is going to rotate onto top. So they are looking to maybe get the kill there. Yeah. So stun does come onto the Beastmaster. It's Unstable Concoction into Finger, and he's just dead. He's just completely, it's just bye-bye. Looking onto mid, yeah, MD just doing MD things once again, right? He does go into the puck, but he is forced back. And he does get the stun off onto... What? How is that not breaking? That Dream Coil is literally on the edge, but will they catch him yet? They won't. MD just being a madman, just continuously running at them, does force the 2 rotations as well, but gets a kill out of it as well. Really not looking too good, yeah.
I mean, MD is the best mid laner in South Africa, right? Like, this is what they expected. Like, he forces rotation, he doesn't even die.
And and he's getting a return kill on it as well.
I mean, it's not like RDK was having a tough time in lane, but now he just has easy free fall. Like, look at his CS, like, at 9 minutes, his CS is 65, and then look at the Alchemist, 60 CS, like, this game is looking really rough.
It's looking really bad, right? And I can see as soon as this Ags comes up on the Alchemist that goes onto the MK, like I just feel it's done, right? Because at that point they're just going to group up and like what do Murloc actually do at that stage? So lots of heroes coming top, lots of heroes. They want to secure this bounty up here. Beastmaster,
they can group up and then they're gonna ward the Murloc's like a jungle.
Yeah.
Middle lane? Cycle? No, Cycle.
Getting run it again. Oh, he does. Unfortunately, that orb very low, very short at least, and he does go down to MD. I feel if he got that, if he just let it go a little bit further, right, he actually survived.
Of course.
A bit of a panic.
I think the nerves might be getting to him because he goes into like it happens. It's like maybe if I go against Miracle mid and then I'm playing Viper, he's playing like Ayo, and I'm supposed to win, and he just outplays me, and then he just forces so many rotations, and my game plan. And my team's game plan just collapses in the first 8 minutes so quickly. I think the nerves might be getting to psycho damage. Who knows?
Yeah.
But it's
so he does. Excuse me.
It's really hard for Murloc.
Yeah, no. So I see the puck is now back. He's going back mid. What would you like to see Murloc actually do in this stage? Right? Like, do they group up? Puck getting gone and again mid. Like, this MD is a madman. He's got a haste. He's running him down. Puck does commit the Dream Coil though. Rotation coming in from the side of, well, the Beastmaster. And he just runs away again.
He missed the Dream Coil. Psycho damage. Yeah.
I actually didn't even notice it. I was just trying to focus on everything else going on. But that's a rough one as well, right? Like, if they're forcing in all these rotations, now top is free to take that tower as well. The Ags literally gonna, like, 80 gold away from Ags now. For the Yeah, so Lion now going onto the Abba. Abba's not level 6 yet. He does get stunned up again by the Unstable and Fingered, and he's just gone. He's bye-bye, thanks for being in our lane. Yes,
I mean,
as I was mentioning now, what do they do on the side of Murloc?
So,
How do they bring this
when
back?
you're really far behind, this is where draft really comes in hand. Is like it's really vital. Is that you really need to play around the Puck Dreamcoil and the Beastmaster Raw. Like that's the only time that you can actually get in here. Like I don't care if you Dreamcoil. Oh, mid lane.
Yeah, so looking mid, so MD being a madman once again, just running, but he has seen the Beastmaster, so looks like he's just going to try to run this off. He has
Dude.
got a 3 lance up, and he just
There's
gets
4
up.
heroes mid.
Yeah. 4 heroes mid, and then you got your Alchemist just farming casually top. He's got the Ags up now. You've got RDK sitting in the triangle. This is the thing, right? Like, you have, on the side of WG, you've got literally 2 heroes just AFK farming. And you've got MD just running like a madman, forcing everybody to one location on the map. He's actually just playing this game perfectly, in my opinion, because he knows if he doesn't apply the suppressor, then they're going to run at his 2 farming heroes, right?
So basically, what Murloc needs to do right now is they need, especially because the Beastmaster does have the Necronomicon 1. Even if it's a 1, it is a bit late, but... Oh, mid lane, Harry, spotted.
Yeah, so Ags has been given over to the Monkey King. Now, they did smoke up to try to make a play there, but it does look like it has been scouted out.
So basically, what Psycho Damage needs to do, what Murloc, so my bike needs to do right now, is they need, whenever this Dreamcoil is off CD, they need to smoke, they need to have a destination of where they're going, and they need a quick and easy kill. Because it doesn't, I don't even care if they use it, all their spells on a lion, because with the lion kill, that's a really big factor of the early game for WRG gone. So once you kill the lion, you can take a bit more map control.
Yeah, so, yeah, I was thinking there as well. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, MD trying to. Yeah, so MD was trying to at least rush there, but with the Ags, but he can't because he doesn't have his ult. So he basically just back off and try to get that ult quickly.
Really high, like with the Monkey King Ags, and then the Naga passive with the Dice Armor, and then on top of that, with the Acid Spray.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised Tuna's going for a second Ags. I would wish for him to go for a Solar Crest. Because the bold is you go for...
Sorry, looking once again, the MD is trying to now rush now that he's got his ulti up. But yeah, I'm agreeing with you on all that armor reduction, right? But the MK doesn't need that armor reduction to actually rush now.
Not really. It's just it's a bit slow. Like
it is.
But for Murloc, for my back, they should expect this, right? Like they lost really hard against the Alchemist, so they know that the Alchemist is going to give the Monkey King a 12-minute Ags. So they should be contesting this thing unless they're not watching any DBZ, because this is exactly what every Monkey King player does when they get the Ags. They do it a Roche really early, and I'm surprised like Murloc stole my bike aren't even thinking of it. They're not paying it. They're not.
Yeah, and now all the lanes, like there's heroes showing in all the lanes as well, right? So where is this monkey? So surely he's doing something. Yeah, he's being a bit of a sneaky one, but yeah, it looks like he'll just AFK this rush. As you said, I'm surprised as well that they haven't actually noticed it, or they might know that it's happening and just realize they can't take this fight.
I mean, if you give this Monkey King if this Monkey King gets to the Maelstrom from the Roshan, and he also has the Aghanim, the game's done. Like we were talking about like when the Alchemist like was winning really hard top the games out, but when Monkey King gets the Ags, they can literally just 5-man snowball and take control of the entire. They don't care about the split push. They don't care about the team fight, because if you team fight then you lose, you split push, you're gonna lose all your towers. So,
yeah. Well, that's the thing, right? So now MK does have that Ags up, and you've got this Naga sitting at 164 last hits. Okay, so we're looking mid. They do decide to back off. Psycho Damage realizing no, he's not going to take on this monkey. But yeah, this Naga got more than 10 last hits a minute. Really, really good, and he's actually more than double the Ricky's last hits at this point. So, as you mentioned, they just decide to group up now. It's kind of just done, right? And this is exactly what they're doing. They group them up mid. They're deciding they want this middle tower. They want to take more map control. Yeah.
Now, this is where I have a problem with Petrunia's goal, where he's going for the second Ags. I think if he just goes Solar Crest, because Solar Crest goes with the plan.
Does get gone on here. Finger has been committed. He's just going to get kind of run down by MD. Raw does come out onto the Monkey, and it looks like Puck will go down to the Frost. Sorry, to the Chain Frost. But yeah, Murloc just having to kind of run away at this point, and Beastmaster getting taken out as well. This is the thing, right? The Ricky can't really fight into any of them now. Ricky's also gone down. I'm not too sure why Winter decided to TP in at the end of that fight, but yeah, 5-man wipe to the side of Murloc, and it's just not looking good right now.
It's looking really big. So the first problem, if we can go back to the drafting phase, is that Murloc got their bike. They dropped it a Ricky, which is like a fine carry, which suits their drop, but that's ignoring completely what the enemy is trying to do, and ignoring that the enemy has lost pick. Like you can't pick a hero like Ricky or Anti-Mage that does one part of the plan, but will get completely countered in the last part of the draft. So that's like first mistake Murloc made.
So sorry, MD does go down mid from psycho damage there. The Dream Coil was committed, but he's still got Aegis, so he's fine. Ulti's still up as well. It looks like they are trying to pressure them away, and it looks like WIG will just try to back off right now a little bit, but that mid tower very, very low. Ulti committed onto this Monkey King, but wins are getting pretty low right now. They will still continue on to MK. MK just trying to get out. He is getting quite low. He doesn't have any stacks either, so he just commits at Sun and he will decide to back off.
DK, Jesus.
Yeah, and looking at Beastmaster, Beastmaster's just getting run down by the Naga now. This Naga is way too huge, right? So he's the puck getting caught out now as well by the line. He will AWP and phase shift, and he actually goes straight back into the fight. Very, very strange decision making there, but he will drop.
I mean, this game is done.
Yeah, it looks like it is done. I'm surprised Puck decided to actually follow the coil there instead of just running the opposite way, since all 4 of the heroes were there. But
I don't think it matters. But I don't know. The one problem came from the Ricky draft, which doesn't address that a potential Naga pick or potential TB pick can be picked up by WRG. And the second, the biggest mistake is firstly, they allowed their lanes to go so poorly. They put the Ricky against the Naga, and they put the Abaddon and Beast. They put the Abaddon, the past 5 Abaddon, against the Lion and the Acid Spray. So that was the second mistake. And then the third mistake was that they kind of just lost all their lanes, which is a really big problem.
Look, Dream Coil has been committed on the MK again. MK will stun him out before he's able to actually go with the AWP. He does phase shift the butt finger coming out and killing the Puck, but MD will actually go down. I think that is his first death of the game. Yeah, it is. He's given away 600 gold, nothing too shabby, but the tier 2 tower.
Look how much map control MD's Aegis got. He got 2 towers, and then he got 2 towers bot, and then RDK is gonna push down bot. That death is even worth it because he got so much map control in 20 minutes.
This is the thing. I mean, that death actually meant nothing in terms of the fact that they've gotten so much out of this. And RDK just continues just to free farm at this point. He's almost got a butterfly up now as well. Not even 20 minutes into the game. He's now also taking the ancient stack of Murlocs. Really looking bad here. Really looking bad. I'm hoping that Murloc could maybe pull something out here, but at this point, I just don't think so. Who do they really go on now, right? If they kill the Monkey King, you've got this Naga that's just going to take your tower. If you kill the Naga, and Monkey King is going to clean up the team.
If you look at the Ricky, if you look at his build, I was talking about this, right? This Ricky now, instead of having to go for over corrosion and diffusal to deal with the early push and early aggression, he now has to go for Battle Fury. Well, if you go for Battle Fury, you need the Aghanims, or your Battle Fury doesn't do anything.
That's it. So we're looking now, but Beastmaster does get caught out by the RDK, but he will survive a bit longer thanks to Cold Embrace, but he still ends up going down.
Oh my god.
MD getting a massive stun, and he will continue to chase here. And this poor Wyvern, right? Wyvern has to end up committing his ult for this, but he still ends up getting caught by Lion, and he looks like he will go down. Puck does try to jump in to help, but unfortunately needs to get out. Ricky going in deep now onto Reaper, but he also decides to just get the hell out.
RDK is too massive. It doesn't even, MD right now could just run Fountain 4 to 5 times, and doesn't even matter because RDK is so massive.
So going with now, Puck does get caught out once again by him. He just goes down. Yeah, he got stunned there by the monkey into, and it's now by RDK. But it looks like they're going to try to defend this, but there's not much they can do, right? They've got no ulti. Well, Dream Coil is up on the Puck, but he's down for another 30 seconds now. MD just standing in their base. He's not worried about anything at this stage.
I mean, what can they really do? So the first mistake for Murloc is obviously they lost their lanes really hard, and the second mistake is that they have really strong ultis with the Wyvern ulti, with the Puck ulti, and the Beastmaster ulti. But how many times did you actually see a smoke gank with these 2 heroes and a pause 4? That's the biggest mistake. They allowed WRG just to do whatever they want. And if MD is roshing and RDK is free farming bots, you need to punish one of the. They can't be winning all 3 lanes at the same time. You need to punish one of those lanes. Like that's physically impossible for a team to win 3 lanes at the same time against 5 heroes. So like the biggest mistake for Murloc is that they didn't smoke at all, and they didn't abuse any of their ultis, which is a massive mistake. They just allowed.
So we're looking at mid, the line jumping in onto the Beastmaster. And he also just kind of goes down. The Miscoil, I'm sorry, the Aphotic Shield and Miscoil was given to him, but just too much damage coming out. Finger wasn't committed either, but Lion does have an Ags up now as well from this Hulk. So he's got that AoE ult on a very, very short cooldown. Right now, it looks like they can't even get out of their base.
I mean, WRG is just choking them so well, right? Like, the RDK didn't even need to show up to any of the fights, and they still want. RDK just needed to farm around in the area so that as soon as MD, Harry, Repo, they like applied the aggression mid and took the tower, RDK can take control of the entire jungle and also push the top tower, so that like, they're gaining like the entire jungle. And right now, I don't. Like obviously, they still need to go smoke and go pick off. Like right now, bottom lane, they should not go bottom. They need to go like find this RDK or something, or like anyone, but they should not go bot.
Right now, he is almost. He's got his butterfly up now on the Naga as well. But it doesn't look like he's going now for a heart. But at this stage, it doesn't look like he's even going to get this heart because the game's going to be done before. He's solo taking top tower now. Looks like they will try to push him away, but I don't think they've got the kill potential for him, right? I mean, even if they use everything on him, he just uses Song of Siren and TPs away.
They don't have it. Like, Ricky needs to go for the Battle Fury so that he can accelerate to his 3rd to 4th item to actually have a chance at this game. If he went Diffusal and if he went over the Corrosion and Diffusal and the game's still looking like this, he would not be able to accelerate his farm at all. So the Battle Fury pick.
No, he has got the Battle Fury pickup, but it's so much that he still needs, right?
But he needs the Ags to compensate with the Battle Fury to actually do something. But then so he needs the Ags, which is still really far away, to compensate with the Battle Fury. But then he also needs the MKB to deal with the Naga, and then on top of that, he needs the BKB to deal with the Lion and the Disable, and then he needs another item on top of that to make it more tanky. So like he needs so many items in this game.
And he's kind of the only one that can do it that can actually deal with anything any of the heroes right now. And if we look at the net worth at least, I mean the Naga's got 18k, which is double the Ricky at this point. I mean even the POS 4, the Lion has a higher net worth.
Why is his net worth so?
Yeah, no, like as soon as Alk left the lane, he kind of had his own time to kind of just farm. And I mean he has got 5 kills, he's got 9 assists. So, yeah, quite high net. I mean, at the moment he's sitting on 11k, and the carry, the carry on the side of Murloc literally sitting on 9,300. So, yeah, it just looks like they've. I mean, it's a 27,000 gold lead right at this point. I feel that right now WRG are just kind of playing with them. I mean, they could end it.
I think they're just waiting for Roche to make the sure they can go high ground right now. But if they kind of like lose the Monkey King randomly because MD or like overstep, and then like the Alchemist oversteps, and then like pause for the Harry tries to save MD and he dies on pop, like the game is still in their hands.
Yeah,
but it makes the game longer.
I mean, we've seen games like this go longer, and then you know the team that was lower still end up winning. So I mean, it happened with Boom, right? We saw that. I mean, they had like a 36,000 gold lead.
Oh, yeah.
So it looks like you were correct. It looks like they are now going to take this rush. Nothing Murloc can do. They can't really come into
it. Right? Like RDK, like if you look at it, he's cutting all 3 creep waves at the same time.
It's just a different level, right? Just a different level of Dodo, man. Okay, so it looks like Chucks is sitting top. He might get scouted out here. They do know he's there, but looks like he might just be able to get out. Ricky sitting quite deep. He's pushing lanes as best as he can. He's trying to get this one item up. He's 900 gold. 900 gold away from this Ags. But do you think that this Ags pickup is going to help them anyway? Do you think
Not really. He needs so much. Because if you look at Harry, he has Aghanims, and he also has the card strain. So even if Ricky jumps in, he's gonna go from 100% HP to 5% HP in the instant, and he's just gonna die. Oh my god.
Okay, so MD just jumping in aggressively. Whiskas does come out to stop the MK ult. but he gets roared as well, but he's just so tanky. He's just not taking any damage. We've got this trying to jump at the back. So MD he's getting really, really low, but he has got that Aegis up, right? Looking at the back here, Puck trying to jump on the back line, but he does. The coil does come out. He is still alive. He's doing as much as he can, and he might just get out. Unfortunately, he looks like he does go, well, he's going to go down at least. 3 down on the side of Murloc, and MD just utilizing that Aegis very, very well. And now you have RDK running them down.
This is the whole reason why pro team has started to play the Alchemist Pulse 3, because when they feed it to early aggressive carry like Monkey King or Ricky or Void Spirit, they can make so much space just by themselves because of the huge timing, item spike timing, that the other heroes on their team can just free farm.
Right now they're just playing. Trying to MD getting quite low actually, but RDK will commit his Song of the Siren to allow him to get out there. He was very close to dying there, very, very close.
Dude, the RDK is so fun. He's gonna melt.
And now look at the Wyvern just getting jumped on, and the massive finger coming out. As you mentioned, Ricky just gets blown up, completely destroyed. And yeah, Beastmaster now also going down. If they leave this fountain area, they're just dead. So getting back to your point with the whole Alk side, I do agree with you. But I mean, if we did see in DPC, right, like the side of Liquid absolutely destroyed them. You know, in terms of when they picked up that Alchemist. So this Alchemist pick can be really, really strong as a 3, but also really detrimental if they win that lane, if they destroy him, like you mentioned.
I just think for Murloc, Stole My Bike going to the next game, they really need to put the emphasis on. Okay, firstly they have to back MD Monkey King.
Just double stun, and now RDK just going into their fountain, just being a complete and utter nuisance.
Oh my god, the illusions are
eating the Wyvern, and that should be game 1.
Okay, so let's talk about what Murloc has to actually do to like recover from this game. So what they have to do is firstly the drafting. Their last pick, it needs to deal with. They can't just draft like a carry that's solely based on their plan. They need to compensate for. They need to keep in mind of the enemy having last pick as well. But going into the next game, they are gonna have the last pick, so they need to come up with some sort of strategy to like lure, like the same way WRG lured.
Yeah, because that Naga pick was really good, right? They had nothing to deal with that Naga. That was a free Naga.
WRG banned the Wraith King, they banned the Ursa, they banned the Troll. Like any type of carry here that can deal with the Naga at all. And Murloc just had the Ricky to deal with. I actually would have preferred. Okay, if Murloc had the last pick and RDK still got the Naga, I think I would have preferred Leshrac or like a DP. Like, not all carries have to be right clicks. Like, it has to deal like carries. If they pick like a Leshrac, or like this is if they have last pick, obviously. If they pick like a DP or Leshrac, it has the early damage. It can deal with illusions. It can deal with the tower push. Like, it doesn't have the core. The pulse 1 does not have to be a right clicker. It doesn't, like, you can rotate anything. You can have a DP mid Leshrac bot as long as it has a clear plan.
Yeah, that's the thing, and as long as it's got it's gonna help within the game. As you said, not necessarily help your specific team, but counter theirs. But on the same breath, right? I mean, any hero can pretty much counter almost any other hero, depending on itemization as well. But at this stage, well, at mid game at least, like we saw, they got ran over so hard that even if they wanted to get these items to counter certain heroes, there was just too many items, and they couldn't. All right, so we will be going to an ad right now, and we will be coming back for game number 2.
Yeah.
Puffy's going to come in, push him here. He's going to find him. Unfortunately, not going to find all the frags. Oh!